Welcome to our IELTS Writing Part 1 lesson. Today we are going to talk about tips and tactics for writing diagram. The first step is to look carefully at the diagram. Look at each picture or stage. Don't rush through this step. Make sure you understand the diagram before you start to write. Underline important words in the question and identify what process is being presented in the diagram. Plan your writing. You can usually divide it into 3 paragraphs. Introduction, first main paragraph, and second main paragraph. Begin with an introductory sentence that describes the diagram or process in general, but don't repeat the exact wording of the question. Then write a sentence about the entire process. For example, write about the number of steps and the beginning and ending of the process. Don't go into detail, just write about the whole process. For example, the diagram shows the 7 major stages involved in. Next, divide the steps shown in the diagram into 2 paragraphs. If the diagram shows a single process, choose a logical point, one of the major stages in the process, and divide your answer into 2 parts there. You should try to mention all the steps in a process, but you can omit minor details. Follow the order of the steps in the process. Usually, it's clear where a process begins. In the case of cyclical processes, choose the most logical starting point in the process. Use sequencing words and phrases to separate the steps of the process, for example, first of all, next, finally, etc. You should generally use present passive verbs, is done, are done, or passive modal verbs, should be done, can be done, to describe the steps in the process. For important steps, you may want to provide examples or offer more explanation. Next, should be done. In other words, you can reuse technical terms from the labels on the diagram, but write them in your own sentences. No concluding paragraph is necessary for this type of response. Remember, don't try to explain why the information in the diagram appears the way it does or give your opinion about the process. Keep track of the time. Don't spend more than 20 minutes on task 1. Keep in mind the criteria that the examiners use to mark your response. What other tips and tactics do you use during writing the diagram? Share on the comment section. Like and subscribe to our channel.